for a 5-kilometer run. And then we have the abstract number 495, 496, and 497 approval. Festivals Fredonia, permission for annual events for 2018. And Fredonia Chamber of Commerce annual election and awards banquet, February the 8th, 2018.
Can I just ask a question about the Farm Festival? I'm just curious, because there's like marks and changes and things, so
Yeah.
what's the,
Yeah, that's
It's-
normally what we change.
oh, okay, just the times
Yeah,
and
the
the, okay.
timing, yeah, the timing's off on those things.
Okay.
Because you wait till Village Hall
The Village Hall
closes on
closes,
some,
yeah.
I gotcha, okay.
This way the roads aren't.
So the traffic.
Sure, okay.
And then about the Fredonia Chamber of Commerce, the election and award banquet, Lori would like your answers today.
We got it.
Yep.
Oh, you got them all, great.
Yep.
All right, request for new business, request from Farm Festival for annual festival, August the 23rd to the 26th. Thank you for coming. We have the Justice Report for December 2017. Have the Fire Department Annual Report for 2017. Correspondence from National Grid regarding field audit.
Now, just to back up a little bit, now, somebody's here from the Grange? You? Okay, the timing is gonna change on some of those things, okay? Like where you have 4 o'clock, it goes to 4:30.
Okay.
But I could give you a copy of this.
Lori already called it.
The letter will, yeah, oh, you already did?
Lori, I think.
You already talked to Lori about that? Okay, okay.
Mayor, can I, with regard to the 5K race, I know we're backing up. I'm not quite sure when Fred Fest knot is gonna fall. I don't have the college calendar in my hand.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
If it's that weekend, I will not have anybody that I can provide services for the race with, because they will all have worked.
okay.
Should be May 5th. That weekend.
Fred
May-
Fed,
May 19th is graduation, that's 2 weeks before that.
yes,
So that's May 5th.
okay, all right, all right.
May 5th is Saturday.
Okay.
So it'd be
So
the
we're
4th,
good?
5th.
I believe so, yes. If
We're in April.
the calendar is right. Yeah, if
Okay.
he's got it right,
Now
yes.
he's not
I
good.
work there, so I know
Okay.
graduation.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
Right. And then, Trustee Essek.
Yes, thank you. Our first meeting, you asked us all to come up with our mission and our vision statements, and I kind of came up with some things here I'd just like to share with the rest of the board if I could. Our mission statement, why we exist. The Village of Fredonia Board of Trustees exists to serve the residents of the Village of Fredonia, New York by making informed decisions to the best of our ability that affect our citizens' daily lives. Our vision statement, goal of our organization, to exceed village residents' expectations accomplished by dedication and service to our residents while being innovative and responsive to the changing environment that we live in. I kind of added one more thing here, values, what we value. Perform our duties with honest and ethical conduct, decisions that put the agenda of our community highest above any personal agenda. Accomplished through accountability, compromise through extreme vetting of information available, and realizing that each decision affects our village for many years after our term has been completed. That was what I came up with. So, I mean, that's just something to think about in addition to our comprehensive study, but that was some thoughts. I didn't know if anybody came up with anything else yet.
Can you share that with us?
Sure. You'd
Like maybe in an
copies?
email or something,
Or-
or whatever, yeah.
Either
email copies of each.
Sure.
Whatever's
I will.
most
Okay,
convenient.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh,
Very nice.
The one other thing I had real briefly, in the paper here yesterday or today, the roundabout, the State Department of Transportation is still moving forward with that. They're waiting on the results of an environmental assessment report by the end of this month. That should be coming in, and it would be made available for public comment 2 weeks after that. So it's still moving forward, but they're waiting on an environmental assessment report. I think it had to do maybe with McDonald's filing suit with the state.
Thank you.
I don't know if we know the final exact plans, but more public and business engagement needs to happen. Both people and businesses for this and people and businesses against this need to have all our concerns taken into careful consideration. This project uses state and federal tax dollars. These taxes go up every year and increase the burden on hardworking families and businesses. That is why every dollar, whether it comes from local, town, county, state, or federal levels, needs to be used in a fiscally responsible manner. There is no free money. When this report comes out in the near future, I would like the state DOT to understand that there are people opposed to this as it stands in the last known proposal. I have started an online petition on change.org that briefly describes this project and gives information about it. I would encourage any citizen who does not think this project is in the best interest of our community to go to change.org and look up my petition and sign it if you support my position.
Thank
This
you.
is something-
It's worth saying, however, that it's not a village project. It's located in the town. It's been operated by the state. So it's nothing that we can do from this. As a citizen, I understand, but not from this table.
Oh, this is not from the village. I'm just announcing this, just like Kara did with
This is not-
J.C. Penney.
This was not an agenda item. This is not the opinion of the full board. And you're leading people to a statement that you wrote on a public page that is in your opinion, and you state what you claim is facts, because I read it, and that I don't believe that facts, those are not facts.
That's your opinion.
Those are
That's
opinions,
correct.
but
That's your opinion as well.
And it's misleading, but I don't believe this is the forum to have put that forward. It's a state project, it's not a village project.
But you know what, Jim?
But that's
It
okay.
affects village businesses, McDonald's, Tim Hortons, and Tuscany. Those are village businesses and within the village. Let me finish, please. Now, we gave the same respect to Kara on her project, and I even came down and supported the project that was in the city of Dunkirk that we had nothing to do with down there as well, the village. And her project was brought up at a board meeting too. So this is not the opinion of the entire board. This is something that I feel strongly for, just like Kara did with J.C. Penney. And you're correct. And you know what? That's your opinion, whether you want to.
Hers was in a supportive fashion of a business. This is.
I'm supporting our businesses, Jim.
And what you're supporting is something that is against the safety of the community, and your opinion to stop prevent a project from moving forward. That's quite a bit different. You're looking to prevent a project from going forward, and it's a state project. It's not spending village tax dollars.
I don't think we should discuss it any longer. I think
Thank you.
that as I said, thank you for the, everybody can go online and read that petition and act accordingly. Thank you very much. It's just not in the agenda. Now, we go for all businesses, all business, I'm sorry, and the committee appointment. I still believe that we need somebody to cover for me in case of emergency. But not only that, last Monday was Martin Luther King Day, Junior Day, and usually I attend the luncheon and I offer a proclamation. I like doing that. It's a nice event. Well, this time, as you know, I didn't come to the meeting, so I wasn't able to go there, and the village was not represented. I think having somebody, so to speak, that takes care of these things like that, keeps with our charter without making us doing an extra step. So if we have 3 votes, I would like to go forward and have a person like that.
I so move.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
I move
Oh,
that we
okay.
do that.
Oh, you move to do it.
Yes.
Okay, can we do that?
You can't do that.
We can do that on the, okay, we can do it in the meeting.
Do it at the meeting.
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's do it in the meeting. Now, going down to the committee appointments, we didn't talk about it a lot at all. The first committee of the Department of Public Works, Street and Traffic Lights, Trustee Essek and Trustee Bridge. I would like to invite you to work with me. I already started a project, let's say, towards converting all our lights in the village to LED, as you know. So I think we can continue that work. Actually, we can talk to the city of Dunkirk. They're doing the same thing. Maybe we can somehow cooperate with them or collaborate with them, whatever, and can get a better price. But you're in that committee, and I would like to invite you to do that with me. Then going down the parking lot and parking meter, Trustee Christina and Trustee Bridge. You remember we started looking into parking kiosks, etc.
Yep.
If we can, continue to look into that, and you can share with Roger. And also, as we are moving towards redoing our parking lots, I'm going to need your help to find the best possible way to improve the two municipal parking lots. Then the select committees, on the rental housing committee, the members, actually the objective of the committee is to provide recommendations to the planning board regarding rental properties in the village of Fredonia. The goals: protection of the character and stability of residential areas, prevention and correction of housing conditions that could adversely affect safety, general welfare, health of the persons occupying the dwellings, and preservation of the value of properties and buildings throughout the village. Members, I am going to chair this committee. I invite Trustee Barris and Trustee Bridge, Chief Myers, our Code Enforcement Officer, Mr. Barbara, and David Friedman from the Planning Board, as well as one more person from SUNY Fredonia. I think they should be represented. And we should convene as soon as possible. The committee will convene twice for an initial list of recommendations, host an open forum with all landlords invited for their input, and then pass the recommendations to the planning board, hopefully by the beginning of March. Then we have a committee for the review of Chapter 81 of the Village Code regarding alcoholic beverages. After our discussion in the summer, the objective will be to provide recommendations to the planning board regarding consumption of alcohol in certain public spaces in the village of Fredonia. The goals of the committee to the update of the specific code of the village code, so citizens and visitors can have an enjoyable time in specific, well-defined areas, defined public spaces in a responsible and structured manner. Members of this committee, Trustee Christina and Trustee Essek, Chief Myers, our village attorney, Mr. Gard, and Larry Fiorella from Festivals Fredonia. The committee, again, I would suggest, and this is up to you, to convene twice, then host an open forum while all bar and restaurant owners will be invited for their input, and then pass the recommendation to the planning board by March 1st, 2018, or around that time. Another committee is a committee to examine the possibility of consolidating village and town courts. Trustee Barris, I would like you to head the committee, chair this committee, our village administrator, Mr. St. George, our village attorney, Dan Gard, and I will leave it up to you to invite somebody from the town and somebody from the courts, because they have to the representative.
Okay.
The objectives are, as I said, the possibility, and I would like you to present the findings to the board and myself by end of March 2018. Moving forward, we have the Downtown Economic Development Committee. The goal of this committee will be to form eventually a local development corporation. The objective will be to identify and promote policies and projects which enhance the economic vitality not only of the downtown but of other areas as well throughout the village. Members of this committee, I'm going to be a member of that committee, Trustee Bridge, Nathan Aldridge from the county, from LED, sorry, and many other local business owners to convene and do that. Then something that I forgot, Youth Council. I had the Youth Council. I would like Trustee Bridge to join me, and we meet every Tuesday at 6 o'clock in my office. Website committee, we still have the same problems with the website. We tried and failed. So now let's make another effort. And Trustee Christina and Trustee Bridge, please help.
Excuse me, Mayor.
Yes.
Social media, since we're on that topic, our Facebook page is handled through whom? Who does the input on our village page?
Usually I do.
Okay.
And that's why I invited Leslie to
Okay.
help me.
Has she
with
started
that.
work on that yet?
No, she hasn't started working.
Okay.
But
I-
as
I've-
you,
Obviously, it's one of my fortes. I mean, I use Facebook quite a bit for a lot of my business ventures and things, so if you need some help
so
with it,
maybe
feel
you
free to-
maybe we can work
Yeah,
together
great.
to do that.
Thank you.
That's excellent. Now, something that I discussed very briefly last time, the Chadwick Bay Regional Development Corporation. For some reason, the village was pulled out of it. I proposed to join again. As I said before, this is an effort by the whole region to improve, by the whole region to be revitalized economically and in any other possible way. I've been asked to have a proxy, so to carry a vote if I'm not able to attend. And I would like either Trustee Christina or Trustee Bridge, you can do it between you. Either one will be fine.
It's all yours.
Thanks.
Well, you said you want to work a lot, so there you go. I'm taking you.
I think it's a great thing. I think I'm happy that that's something that we're discussing, the
Thank you.
possibility of
Yeah,
joining
I
again.
think so too. I think it's going to be very, very good for us. And something totally not related to anything. I just found out on the website that you put a built-in log there. And that was excellent. Thank you very much. That was excellent. We should make it more well-known. I loved it. Very good. Thank you very much for that. All right, so that's about, yes, please.
Mayor, I respectfully request to be added to the consolidation of the courts committee. It would have, that would have a huge direct impact on the police department. So,
By all
I'm not on the
means.
committee, I'd like to be at the meetings.
By all means, I just try to keep you, not to overload you.
And I appreciate that, but this was kind of a big one.
Okay,
If
very good,
They
yes.
chose to move away from our direct facility, it would have an impact. I just want the town to understand that if that were to come to be. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. By all means, okay, so.
Dan, when do we have a discussion on deputy mayor position or whatever you want to call it?
I don't believe there's any discussion of deputy mayor position. If we're talking about that stand-in, whatever, right before the resolution.
After the motion and second, we have discussion?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
probably most appropriate.
Right, that's about, anything else about the appointments? Right, let's go to the comprehensive study. Mr. Russ.
Yeah, what do we need to do, Rick and/or Dan, to update this and get this in motion so that's up to date and it's usable for future grants and other possible funding sources?
I just think we have to contact, what's that lady's name, Chuck? Do you remember? From Wendell, yeah.
We want to stay with her, do we want to put it out to bid, or?
No, that's,
That's, I think, a question that we.
I wish we would have had, rather than a PDF file, we had a Word file of that, rather than a PDF file, because then they could go in and modify it here and there, but we don't have.
Can we
the-
download it as a PDF, well, I think we can.
Can do what?
Download as a edible, right? I think you
Yeah,
probably.
there are programs that do that, yeah.
Okay,
It can be done.
so, we can do that. I mean,
I don't know what we're doing. I mean, if we're modifying, redoing it, what
Just
we're
kind of
doing.
opening it up and going back through it, just kind of see what's.
I was
What's
reading
still
through it.
relevant and what maybe isn't
Right.
as relevant
I
anymore.
was reading through it today, actually, and it's pretty much the goals that we have put together right now. I don't think anything happened. This is from 2009. That's why they started putting it together. I think it's very useful, and it's going to help us a lot if we go through it again, and probably Chuck can help with that, and the planning board. And
I think we truly need a designer to, like Wendell or I think it's Peterson or something, to give us one of their consultants that know about that kind of stuff. It'll push the planning board a little bit quicker to get that document done. It just seems like every time we bring it up, we want to get it updated, but we fumble because we don't know how to approach it. Plus, we don't have the tools to update it without starting that whole document all over again.
so we have to ask for like how much for cost. How much
We
is
already
it?
have money budgeted, I budgeted money last year, I think it was 7,500 or something. I budgeted money last year for it, so we're set to go, and I budgeted again this year too. So if we start it now,
I think
actually
that would be a
budgeted for next year,
good
too.
idea, because going from all the way from the beginning, it will cost us a lot of money. And it doesn't make any
I
sense.
don't really need to do that.
Yes.
and Wendell would probably be the best one, because we already,
I agree.
Ellen Parker already started it and has all that stuff. Or maybe she could put it onto a PDF or something.
But we have to have a concise statement of exactly what it is we're looking to do. We can't just go and
Right.
say, well, we want to kind of update it, because it's just a very subjective statement. So we really have to come up with a statement of, these are the type of things that we want to take a relook at and
What if,
modify this section, that section.
what if we have a workshop meeting and that's all we do is just go through it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Would you be able to help too, Chuck, or, I mean, I don't know.
I have no problem with that. You want the planning board there too,
I
or
was gonna
just?
say,
I was going to say that usually goes through the planning board.
That's what I said,
Yeah.
should have just, it's to be first sent back through the planning board and have them to review it, because that's where it was built.
Sure.
It was within the
Okay.
planning board,
Yeah.
and,
And we can review it ourselves, like I read very quickly through
Right.
it. And I think implementation is the most difficult part, and
Right.
how to do it exactly, that's the most challenging part.
Well, I
but-
think if they review it and then come back to this board and say, these are the things that we're suggesting that we take a look at again, a
Mhm.
second,
Sure.
second look, then this way it kind of scales it down for the board to identify in their
Mhm.
specific areas.
The stuff that I updated back when this surfaced, just before we adopted it, but I didn't have the capabilities of putting it in graphs like Wendell did. And the board kind of wanted that done professionally, so it looked right. Everybody was just in my handwriting. I think Ellen Parker came back with a price of maybe 1,800 to do all that. So, I mean, it's not a whole lot of money. I just think it looks a lot more professional, and I think it can go a lot quicker if we have somebody who that's their job.
Yeah.
you know, and not.
But that's what I mean when I said I wish we had gotten the spreadsheets that
Right.
link to the Word document that, you know, because then you could go in and you could actually modify the spreadsheets, which would automatically modify the Word document. Without all of those linked documents that go into the full-blown comprehensive plan, it's very difficult to go in there and start changing stuff, because
Right.
then you're just randomly changing things. You have to go into the charts that are actually linked to that Word document.
And I wasn't able to change them that way.
Right.
I had to go in and pencil it in, and just, you know, expand the charts. And,
So can we put, as Rick said, can we put like a statement as to what we need exactly? Can you help us with that? To put
Yeah.
like exactly what we need, so when we go to Wendell, we have a much more precise, much more, better way to approach that. Can we do that?
sure.
Okay, well, let's do that, and in the next meeting, maybe we can have some kind of, see how we go. Right.
Are we gonna be with the board to do that, or you want?
No, I want you to do it,
Oh, me to?
and,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
I
When do you
think-
meet next, Chuck?
The planning board?
Yes.
It'll be the third Tuesday of the month. It'll be next month. Because we didn't have anything,
Any agenda?
we're working on the property maintenance, but it's kind of fizzling. I don't have everything together yet, so, but that's what we're supposed to be working on. That's our goal right now, is to get a property maintenance code going before spring. So,
Okay.
But, I can take a look at the master plan.
Right, very good.
And then
Yes.
Rick, all these different documents and the switchovers that we need, also make sure we have those in place, or that would be part of the proposal?
Correct,
Okay,
yeah.
as
This
well,
time
so
we would
don't-
just say in that proposal that we want all of the documents and, you know, in their original form, meaning whether it's an Excel spreadsheet, it's a Word document, it's a whatever kind of document, we would want
So
that
it's
data
easier
to
for
turn
us
over
to-
to the
to go
village
and
as part of
edit
the
it.
deliverables,
Of
correct?
course.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't do that in the first place.
Well,
I
me
don't-
too, that's
don't-
why I didn't, but those things stayed as the property of Wendell.
I was gonna say, they
So-
consider that their property, right? 'Cause-
Right,
Yeah, so
right,
we can't
but-
really,
Yeah, but we can specify that in the request for a proposal, that that's what's required. So if they don't want to turn stuff like that over, they won't bid on they won't put in a proposal for the project.
Mhm,
That's all.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's right. And then, Chadwick Bay?
Well, I think you pretty much covered that.
Did I?
We-
Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, if there's not funding for it, you said that you would help with your budget line, or do we have monies set aside for this? I mean, it's a great idea, I think we should do it.
We do not, because as I said, the village was not part of Chadwick Bay, but I was approached by them, and I thought it was an excellent idea. So since we don't have the money, they told me last time that they're not going to come knocking on our door tomorrow morning. So whenever we are ready for the next year, for this year, 2018, they're fine for it. It's about $1,600.
Okay, so you don't have to join at a certain time, like January for the year?
I already joined. I'm already going to the meetings, and they're fine with, us paying them whatever we can.
That's
When we
usually-
get there.
Yeah, that's usually paid out of the community development fund. That's not paid out of the general. That's an item
Okay,
that's
so we have
paid
to
out
put
of
some money
community.
there, or?
Yeah, we would have to appropriate money out of there, or just, move money from one line to another in community development, to pay for it.
Can I get it clear, you say we're already a member of it now, you've already committed
Well,
us?
they accepted me. They said, welcome, last
Oh,
time I
okay, we
went.
haven't committed, okay.
Yes.
the
Okay.
community.
And I didn't think that it was a big deal. As I said, if the board cannot find the money, I'm going to take it out of my budget line, and because I do think this is very important.
No, I also think it's a good idea, but I think the board needed to know that was already done, I guess. I mean, I'm just.
I had an open invitation from the moment I started, so I did go to some of the meetings, and then I stopped because I didn't think it was something that I wanted to be part of. And then for the last 3 meetings, I was invited. I went again.
I'm sure this board will approve it, I did not know, we're already kind of not committed, but sort of committed, I guess, in a way. did not know that.
Ah, I don't understand the problem.
There's, I thought.
Or
we
you
were
want
go-
me to come and ask for your permission, so I'm sorry I didn't do that. All right, so let's move on. Let's hold it. We done?
Okay.
Where's Jones?
We need to go into executive session.
Where's
before the
Jones?
meeting.
Where's Jones?
Oh, yeah, Jones is on there. Who's Jones tonight?
I can do it.
Yeah.
I hereby make a motion to enter an executive session to discuss the matters leading to the possible employment of a particular person.
I second that.
Trustee Barris.
Aye.
Trustee Christina.
Yes.
Trustee Linden.
Aye.
Trustee Briggs.
Yes.
Trustee Second.
Yes.
Right. I call this meeting to order. At a regular meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Fredonia, duly called and held on the 22nd day of January 2018 at 7:30 p.m. in the Trustees' Room, second floor, Village Hall, Fredonia, New York. And public notice of the time and place of this meeting has been given to the news media and conspicuously posted in one or more designated public locations in accordance with Section 104 of the Open Meetings Law.
Whereas members of this board present at this meeting have read the official minutes of the Board of Trustees regular meeting of January 8, 2018, and special meeting of January 16,
Hold
2000.
it, Kara.
Sorry.
We're going to need to table that because Lori forgot to give everybody a copy of it.
Oh, okay, that's, okay, I wasn't sure what you were
We're
saying.
gonna need to table
Okay.
that. I'm sorry.
That's okay, okay.
Okay, we'll go right to reports. We have the Justice Report for the month of December 2017. 207 cases heard. Total parking tickets, fines, and surcharges of $20,319 for the month. There were 97 vehicle and traffic, 63 criminal cases, 29 village ordinances, 9 civil cases, and ABC laws, there were 9. The second report is the Fire Department Annual Report for 2017. They had 1,970 total calls, of which 1,437 were rescue and EMS, 232 were false alarms and false calls, 142 were good intent, 50 were hazardous conditions, 39 fires, 10 severe weather, and 2 overpressure, rupture, explosion, overheat, no fire. And that was the December 31st, 2017 report. And that's it for reports.
Thank you. Correspondence dated October 11, 2017 was received from Rick Davis, Executive Director of the 1891 Fredonia Opera House Incorporated, requesting the use of Barker Common, the gazebo, certain village streets, and the closing of Church Street between Day and Temple for a 5-kilometer run Sunday, April the 29th, 2018 from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Be it resolved that the request from Rick Davis, Executive Director of the 1891 Fredonia Opera House Incorporated, to use Barker Common, the gazebo, certain village streets, and the closing of Church Street between Day and Temple for a 5K run on Sunday, April 29, 2018, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. is hereby approved with the stipulation that the group will be responsible for cleanup and is subject to the direction of the police department in the village receiving a certificate of insurance in the amount of $1 million, naming the village as an additional insured, which has been received.
Second.
Trustee Barris.
Aye.
Trustee Christina.
Yes.
Trustee Linden.
Aye.
Trustee Briggs.
Yes.
Trustee Esser.
Yes.
Correspondence was received from Francis Porpiglia, Consumer Representative, National Grid, informing the village that National Grid has initiated a field audit of National Grid's company-owned street lighting assets in New York State to confirm the company's internal asset data records.
again, that's just information.
Mhm. Oh, okay. Right, we have the public portion. I know, yes.
Nancy Rolando, 10 Carroll Avenue. I want to play video of that's the water going through my sump pump. Every day, every day. You'd like to see, I have 3 pumps there, and you do nothing. Nothing is done. What's gonna happen? You were going to rent a Roto-Rooter. That didn't happen. You said it would take, don't worry, it'll take a few, don't worry, it'll be soon. Have patience. How much patience can I have?
We need to set up a meeting. So after this meeting, can we meet to come up with a time that we can sit down and talk?
And talk about what? What do you want to
Talk
talk
about
about?
your
Talk
issue.
about it now. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yeah, we can't do that. We can't go back and forth. So if you want, we're more than happy to meet with you.
Well, why can't you do the Roto-Rooter thing like you told me you were gonna do last time I was here? Why can't we do that? You said you were gonna rent the equipment. Why can't you do that? You've been telling me you were gonna do things for 4 months, but nothing gets done. Why didn't you rent the Roto-Rooter? Can you answer me that question?
We can discuss all of these issues at the meeting. That's the best we can do at this point in time. So if you have a time, we'll just sit down after the meeting and we'll come up with a time that we can both meet, and you can come to Village Hall and we'll meet and talk about it. Okay? This way you have all of the details.
Like tomorrow, or like Wednesday, or like?
If tomorrow works for everybody, that works. Yeah.
So do I have to ask everybody here?
No.
Who am I asking? You?
We're gonna meet. You, I, you can meet.
Yeah.
And probably our attorney.
Okay, so can we set up an appointment now,
After the meeting, yeah.
after this meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody else? Right, go to resolutions.
Be it resolved that permission is hereby granted to the Festivals Fredonia Committee for the use of Barker Commons various parking spaces in village streets for the following festivals or events: Fredonia History Days, July 13th and 14th, 2018. Red, White, and Blues, September 7th and 8th, 2018. Harvest Moon Cemetery Tour, October 19th and 20th, 2018. Miracle on Main, December 1st, 2018.
I second that motion.
Trustee Barnes.
I abstain.
Trustee- You abstain. Do I respond?
I think you can.
May I respond?
Yes, I think we need to have the results of the Committee on Alcohol Use before we can give permission.
Yeah, just so that you know
Yeah.
that these things are just reserving the date. Each one of those committees later will come back with specifics associated with what they're requesting, like use of the parks, meters that need to be sealed off and not usable, and where they can park, where they can't park. All of that detail will be closer to the time that these dates. This is really just a formality to reserve these dates, just so that I'm just
Okay, I
clarifying
understand.
that.
I abstain.
Okay.
Fine,
No.
very good. Trustee Christina.
Yes.
Trustee Linder.
Aye.
Trustee Briggs.
Yes.
Trustee Esser.
Yes.
Be it resolved that the regular and overtime payrolls of the various village departments and bills approved by the Finance Committee and set forth in abstract number 495, number 496, and number 497 are hereby approved and directed paid.
I'd like to second.
Trustee Barnes.
Aye.
Trustee Christina.
Yes.
Trustee Linder.
Aye.
Trustee Briggs.
Yes.
Trustee Esser.
Yes. Be it resolved that the mayor, board of trustees, village administrator, and village attorney are hereby approved to attend the Fredonia Chamber of Commerce annual election and awards banquet on Thursday, February 8th, 2018, at Fredonia Beaver Club, Fredonia.
Second?
Trustee Barnes.
Aye.
Trustee Christina.
Yes.
Trustee Linden.
Aye.
Trustee Briggs.
Yes.
Trustee Isaac.
Yes.
And I have to apologize. There was one item that we didn't discuss in the workshop, and that was because I didn't know how to approach this. This is the RFPs for the grant writing and master plan services for the technical assistance grant
And
application.
there is a complication that I would like to discuss.
Okay, yeah, and that's why I forgot to bring it up during the workshop, so, I got a lot of blanks in here, so,
Yeah.
the complication
There is
is.
a small
Yeah.
complication
Okay,
that I'd like
okay.
to discuss first, so
Okay,
we'll do it next time.
okay.
Yeah, next time. So, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn if there's no further business.
Oh, we didn't do the deputy mayor, not the deputy mayor, the
Oh,
second
you want
one.
to have a discussion?
Yes, the increment. So,
I had moved earlier that we establish a deputy mayor position.
not exactly the deputy mayor, but somebody second in
An
command.
alternate pursuant to what's currently under our charter.
Okay.
But I think there needs to be language, there needs to be
You
a
can't say
formal
a person.
And
resolution
there
on
needs to
that.
be, a resolution there, so
Yeah.
if we wanted to discuss it tonight and put forth a name or something, we can prepare a resolution for the next meeting. But there
Because
really does need to be a
depending-
formal resolution.
Yes, okay, so let's put it, and I'm proposing trustee Christina for that.
May I have some discussion on this? I would also like to be considered for that. When you first spoke of this, you were speaking of in case of emergencies when you were gone. I believe I possess a lot of the qualities and background and contact information for people that you had some concerns during these situations that was needed. So if we're gonna, first of all, this position is not appointed by you. It's appointed by the Board of Trustees.
I propose a person, you vote on the person.
I'm sorry?
I propose a person, you vote on the person. Let's not forget that I have to work with that person.
I
reasonably well.
understand that. The board makes the appointment, and just so.
Yes, the board will make the appointment,
I
definitely.
would also like to be considered for that position,
Thank
board.
All right. Motion to adjourn, please.
I move to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Trustee Barris?
Aye.
Trustee Christina?
Yes.
Trustee Linden? Trustee Briggs?
Yes.
Trustee Esser?
Yes.
Thank you.